3:15. Right. We are, however, no live. Hopefully it works. I haven't actually looked at Twitch. You guys are at this strange city. You follow the river of the dead by boat, on foot actually, on foot. You try to follow the boat that went ahead of you, and you came to this strange city that maybe you can still see on your screen if you didn't click it away. This city that basically is on two sides of this river, and the river gets channeled towards a huge gate. This gate is closed. So you actually on your journeys came to a little plaza, and on this plaza there are some winches that will open the gate. But between you and the winches, not the winches, the winches, stand some strange beings. Remember what they look like? Can you describe them?
They're kind of like Anubis, aren't they?
Yes, they look like tall, muscular, slightly furry people, but with a what is that? Is it a coyote?
It's a jackal.
Jackal. Sorry, jackal. What's the difference between a jackal and a coyote anyway?
The size, I guess.
Is it? Well, these guys are bigger than either of them. And they basically challenged you as you came forward, and in a very strange language that you didn't understand, basically barred the way and were shouting at you. You were trying to charm them, but they still resisted your charm and your advances. And it looks like they were making ready to summon some reinforcements, because one of them has a big horn and he was just raising it to his lips. So the question was, you want to go through the gate, but what do you...
I think the last where we left off was we were retreating from the group and were on the search for a library of some sorts.
We're retreating to gather your thoughts. Yes, so let's pick it up from there. Library was one of the options, but you have several options. So let's pick it up from there.
Just for quick refreshing, basically they are barring this area, and you have this tower, and on top of the tower, or like on a raised platform, there's this winch that is used to control the gate.
Yeah, if you still have the the map of the gate area here, the winch I'm just pinging. Can you see it?
Yeah.
That's one of the winches. There's one on the other side as well. This
but
gate,
it's on the same level as us, like on ground
there's
level.
one on this, but there seems to be two levels of the gate. The upper level has another winch further up, and you would need to go up the stairwell to get to them.
And that's
that basically
stairs.
That's these stairs that you see here. Now the gate, you have these little barges here, like the by the pier over here. There's a little barge, just like a raft, essentially, with a couple of lights on posters around it, 4-poster thing, and a long stick that you can just punt it along with, so that you wouldn't need to open the upper gates. So just the lower ones would be good. Oh, if you can fly, you can just open the upper ones and then fly through it.
And there's 5 of these jackal-headed creatures.
Yes, on the other side of the river there's another 5 or 6, and you reckon that somewhere behind you might be some more. But currently there are 5 of these jackal-headed creatures. So you withdrew a little bit, and they still glare at you and growl at you a little bit, but they have gone back to their normal positions. Actually,
okay.
Back over. So the guy who's standing at the front seems to be the leader.
Yeah. I wonder whether we should, I think as I alluded to in the chat, is the library, there may be one, there may not be one, we may be able to find some useful information, but there could be a secret entrance somewhere. Yeah.
Like in general, a secret passageway through this mountain wall, essentially.
Or even a tunnel that goes underneath, you know, no different to what we experienced when we was in the place we just left.
Ascalon.
Ascalon, where we got into the inner city, you know, there was a secret tunnel.
Yes.
It's probably worth...
Douglas, I think you're muted.
Sorry, my dog's chewing a bone. I thought maybe perhaps we could check underwater if somebody's good at swimming or athletics.
Ooh, clever.
Did we make contact with the water? Like,
not yet.
Not yet.
The River of the Dead. You might, if you want to, you can do a law roll. And actually, let me try my new toy here. request a skill test. You can do a law roll of difficulty, let's say 3. You should be able to see a prompt. You just click on it. You don't even have to bother with the character sheet. This is new functionality. Thank you very much, Motley.
Yeah, that's actually nice.
Okay.
Makes things so much easier.
Wait, why is Tira here?
You've still got to do it in the chat. You've got to click in the chat, haven't you?
Yeah, you have to click in the chat. There's a little die icon. If you click on that, that should basically pull the information from your character sheet and do the roll.
Okay.
Because it actually appears on the screen as well. But if you click on the screen, it doesn't roll it.
All right. And then it'll pop up on the side.
Yeah.
If it's not working, feel free to do difficulty 3 just from your character sheet as usual.
But I guess we are all just assisting Moatas in this one here.
On the law, you can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
You all know how assists work, right? Single die roll. Mortas goes first.
Yeah.
I go first? I thought last. Nice.
Actually, yeah, you can go last. Doesn't matter. Ooh.
That's not good.
Ooh. What happened to you? I reset the dice clearly. New dice. Yeah, if he doesn't actually manage it, your assist doesn't work very much there, so it doesn't manage it either. What's going on?
Single dice.
This is unusual. Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore because Mortas already. Sorry, he should have rolled fast. Last.
Yeah,
but
I just want to add an extra 20 to that. Oh,
ooh, look at that.
Well, an assist.
So, you know that there are various stories around this. That the River of the Dead, the water, can actually have some extra consequences. And some people say that they're positive consequences, and some people say they're not so positive consequences. So, some people say they will make you basically appear ghostly, or other people are like invisible. Other people say, oh, it will make you forget everything you've ever known. And yeah, drinking from the water of later.
Ghostly in terms of how the people we met in town are?
Possibly, yeah. That could be it.
So, who takes a dip?
Yeah, so who's taking a chance?
There are various stories around what this does.
I don't have great athletics. Mine is dead even with no expertise or focus, so I'm at TN10.
Uh-huh.
Athletics.
So you're nervous about going swimming, that's what you're saying?
Swimming.
A little bit, yeah.
Can I just walk over and stick my hand in?
You can absolutely stick your hand in.
I'll do that. The left one, that is.
You're right-handed, I take it, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So you stick your hand in. The water flows around it. It's actually pleasantly cool. And it's a bit darker. It's almost like it's a bit opaque. So as soon as your hand goes in, you can't see your fingers as well as you would expect to. Maybe it's just carrying a lot of sediment.
Or souls.
Or souls.
Do you feel any different?
Do you feel any different?
Oh, he's drinking some, I can see it.
Yeah, I could see he was drinking some water there. So if
I
you
guess if there is no reaction, then
it doesn't hurt.
Like a small one.
You take a small sip.
Yeah.
Cup your hand a bit and take a small sip. Yeah.
A taste, more or less. Yeah.
Okay, do me. I think this is right. I think it's called resistance, right? Do me
Just a point. Isn't Durzo the healer?
Too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorta. D1.
I'll tell you whether you had enough.
Okay.
Or I might actually not tell you, and I might just tell you some other things a bit later.
This is where you want to burn a fortune point.
All right, you have a success. Okay. Yeah, it tastes strange, a little bit oily, maybe.
Oily. Okay.
But as it goes down, actually, you get a nice cooling effect from it. Goes into your tummy, and you actually feel reasonably well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to move you around too much, but let me have a look at your character. You're not injured in any way yet.
No.
No. Okay, and you had 1 success on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you down on your vigor?
No.
No.
Fully up.
I don't think you are you?
Cool.
No.
Because when you came into this world, I think you were not.
Exactly.
I think we're
Basically,
built by the
are
doctor
starting
on the
up
boat.
from scratch.
So, okay.
But ours was full up in the real world, so
You feel slightly lightheaded, maybe.
okay.
As you turn around to look at the others, and you just look at... What's her name? Blonde woman?
Like I forgot all the names.
No. Not at all. But just for a moment, it takes you a moment to remember Tyra's name.
Tyra is.
Sort of...
No.
What's her name? What's her name? Oh, yeah, Tyra, right.
Exactly.
She's with us here, but she's not with us in the real world.
Yeah, you had forgotten that she was there, actually.
That was in character, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Uh-huh. So...
But I didn't go invisible.
You didn't go invisible, no.
Suspect
You
the
look
light.
at your hand, it's not even a little bit see-through. It's a bit disappointing.
But did the water have some level of resistance? So if you swam in it, you could swim.
Oh.
You just don't drop.
Oh, is it like thick?
It didn't feel different from normal water when you ran your fingers through it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So, water seems safe.
Okay.
Did while Durzo went close to the water, Shura would have been looking at the response of these creatures. Was there any response?
Anubites, they were watching him, but they were not interfering. I'm assuming they didn't bark either. I'm assuming that you actually went no closer to them, but if I push you around here, your little figure, I guess you were going about where you are now.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, so you weren't getting too close to them.
Distancing myself from the creatures, yeah.
Or you could even have gone where I'm pinging right now, just down there.
Yeah, it's also good.
Because there's water too. We've gone here in the dark corner.
Sneakily sipping some water.
Yeah. The Anubite don't like it.
Yeah, we had a lovely bit of comment which had an expletive in it on the last video complaining about the dog. Which I had immediately deleted that one because it was not appropriate, that comment. So if you're watching this again and you want to comment again, just don't. We don't need the F-bomb here. So, alright. Anybody else for drink or swim?
Maybe the Anubite
explore.
Explore. Sorry, JR, what were
Maybe
you
the
saying?
Anubite will react differently if we have drank in the water. Maybe they'll let us pass. Durzo, you want to test?
Try it.
Yeah.
All right, then I will approach them again.
The hand comes up and he essentially barks at you.
Distance myself again. Just waddling back. Right, drinking it does not seem to do the trick.
Well, you had a little bit, maybe a lot would be more helpful.
Yeah, but the little bit already had some effects of on my memory.
Yeah.
Ish, I think. So I don't think I'll chance it.
Did you speak to anyone else while we were here? Was there an old lady?
That was in Ascalon. We did a flashback at the beginning of last session. Yeah.
So we tried speaking to some of the townsfolk here, but they ignored us.
They almost seemed like they couldn't even see you. If you stood in their way, they sort of spectered through you. They ghosted through you. But yeah, if you look down, you said you wanted to look and explore a little bit. You are not far from one of the big plazas in the city. With its alien architecture, which is very strange architecture. Everything is just slightly off. It's tall, it's stretched, it's enormous, but somehow it's different to what you are used to from your world and from your travels.
Yeah, different era. Try to go inside buildings. Is there a building that looks like a town hall or a library or somewhere which may hold information?
Is there? Yeah, well, just let me check. Are you going by yourself? Are the others coming with you now?
No, we were
I think
trying
we should follow along.
Yeah.
I wanted to try some of the water as well before heading out.
You want to
Yeah, I'll wait for the others to be ready.
You just wait. Okay, good. So you want to try some of the water. How much do you take? Also a handful? Or...
I'm gonna take a handful and drink maybe 2 cups, like 2 kind of handfuls of it.
Okay.
like
And do me resistance.
Hmm.
that's the Anubite.
So, did you want me to roll something?
Resistance, please. Dog has been evicted.
Good one, good
Ooh,
one.
2. But he took 2 mouthfuls. Yeah, not just 1.
So, do you want me to roll again?
No, it's fine. That was the difficulty that basically was increased by drinking more. Oh, you can roll it again if you prefer that. That's fine as well.
Hmm.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So,
you.
you also feel a bit lightheaded. So let me see. Shira. I need to take notes here today because of this. Yeah, you also feel a bit lightheaded. Even to the extent that you sort of step back from the water and you're slightly drunk almost. You're very slightly swaying before you actually pick yourself up.
I look at my hands and see if there's anything that has changed. And I look over at Durzo and Creus and see if they look the same. Do I remember who they are?
You do remember who they are, but you're not quite sure where you are. You're just looking at them a little, saying, why are they wearing such strange clothes?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
I kinda
maybe
gotta talk.
suggest you don't drink too much more.
Yeah, your hands look a little shiny. Like very smooth skin, like almost if it were oily and the sort of the light is glistening on your hands a little.
Well, I don't think we should drink too much water. I think we should head to the library and
Yeah.
maybe find
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that could help us.
Now, if I were mean, I would take your complication and intervene here and say, no, you think you should jump in. But no, I don't want to do that. So, you feel refreshed, though. You feel like you are actually a little bit more alert, almost.
Do we have water skins on us?
Yeah, sure. If you want to have water skins, you can have water skin on you.
That's already got water when we first arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have normal water, and if you want to empty it and fill it from the river, you can do that.
No, I'm just thinking if we have water and whether we're thirsty. For the two of us that haven't had a drink, do we feel thirsty?
You don't feel thirsty. You don't feel hungry. Not at all.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you must have marched at least a day, you reckon, but you still don't even feel hungry.
Because of that, I am gonna empty out whatever's left of my water, if there is any on the stone, and then I'll dip it in and get it and fill it up.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. So, are you ready to explore a little bit? So you step away from the water, finding your feet again. You're no longer swaying, Shira. And you're coming onto this huge big plaza, and you see lots of grand buildings around you. But maybe that over there is a temple, or maybe that over there might be somewhere where you keep the knowledge. You can, let's see, we have a couple of we have one linguist. One linguist. So I'll prompt you with a roll. Want to try this out again?
Okay. Thank you.
And law or linguistics. Are you trying to remember stories, or are you trying to read the signs?
I'll try to read the signs.
Okay.
See if that gives any hints.
That will work. So.
Yeah. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna buy a doom. see.
Oh, and another
This is
complication.
horrible. This is going
But
really
two
poorly.
successes. So you got close, but you have a complication.
Mhm.
You're starting to read some of the signs. But you're actually going to buy off that complication. It takes you a little while, and you have to run around a bit before you sort of get your head around it. But you're pretty sure that those signs mean library, essentially, somewhere behind that temple, maybe through the temple.
Sorry.
So, do you want to go in?
Yeah.
And like we can interact with the buildings and like material stuff around just fine. It's just the people that are basically touched through.
Yeah, the buildings seem solid. They even seem, even though they're old in style, they seem to be new in substance. That makes sense. They're solid. Yeah,
Okay,
they're not falling in on your head.
Are
I'm
we
quite
passing?
interested.
Are we passing by anybody at this time?
There are definitely these ghostly figures floating about.
Are they noticing me any differently, or are they still ignoring?
They're still. I can think. Let's see. How many sips did you have? How many drinks?
I had
You're
two
joining them here
drinks.
forever.
I had 2 drinks. Did
Two
they give me
drinks.
a glance?
Maybe one of them also slightly hesitates. Maybe 2 of them slightly hesitate and look at you.
And I look over at Durzo. I say, Durzo, have you noticed that they're kind of looking over at you, or is
Do
it
they
just
though?
me?
Now he says it, you think that sort of young lady ghost has just given you a look up and down.
Okay, yeah. They seem to notice the 2 of us.
Oh, okay. I'll go and try to attract her attention then off the back of them talking about it.
I'm gonna give my water skin over to Mortaz and say, drink this. I think you'll be able to talk to them.
You really want me to drink
Yeah,
this?
that's a good point, that is.
A lot of it.
They seem to be looking
3
at us
battles.
who's drank it, so try. You'll just be confused for a little bit, and then it will pass.
I think for safety, one of us definitely
Okay.
has to have no drink, and I volunteer to be the
Curious.
first.
You're the designated driver, yeah.
I still have to,
Getting drunk in
Hey.
soul juice.
I guess, sober in a sense.
I would say
I'll
that
take this
there's 5 big swigs in there, I would say.
I'll take 3.
3.
5.
Go for 3. One
We see
more.
him vanish in
Right.
front of us.
Due to
Yeah.
resistance.
I have no good resistance. I don't know why I took 3.
Right. You drink it. For a moment, you feel really refreshed and you feel cheerful and so on. And you put the stopper back into this thing. Want to put it over your shoulder, but you actually throw it behind your shoulder. And you
Can I catch it?
You can catch it. And you start swaying a little bit. And you have to hang on to a statue that is standing right behind you. And look from the floor. Your eyes come slightly up and you see this ghostly figure in front of you. It looks like somehow a little bit more solid. And it looks like it's got a priest robe. This man actually has got a priest robe. Which you don't remember seeing before. Just in this floating mist of a figure, you all of a sudden can see the robe, the regalia of a priest. Let's see how they react to you. 3 sips, eh? And they actually seem to stop and look at you and shake their head. You even hear a little sigh.
And I'm going to try to talk to them and see. Hello, can you hear us?
And he speaks back to you in a really strange language. By the way, your camera's slightly frozen. I think you've
Yeah.
got a bad connection, but
Let me
I can hear you.
refresh.
That's the important thing. I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you
can
for
hear
now.
you.
I'll
Let's-
refresh the.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And I
Back.
now I
Yep.
just have to switch you around, you
Still hear
two.
me. Yeah.
That's better. Yeah, I just had to do the layout again. But that's luckily fast. Yeah, so you try to speak to him, and he seems to respond to you. It's just a problem that you can't actually hear him very well. Or understand him very well. You want to do another linguistic? For me?
We can try.
You can try. Do you want me to prompt you?
No. Just difficulty. Okay.
Can we hear him as well?
Let's see. He seems to say something about being drunk and disorderly in public is a disgrace. The others, you can just hear whisper on the wind. Other than Krios. Krios can't hear.
I can see their mouths moving as if they're talking.
Yes. And you actually can hear that Mortas is saying something. But you have no
I'm
idea
going to
what...
point over to the bridge and try to indicate that we're trying to pass by. Just with hand signals, maybe, since we can't communicate.
Come on, you're on the camera. Show me your hand signals.
Oh yeah, it's just like we're gonna try to pass. We need to go that way, and just point over to where the Anubites are.
Right. How do we do that? Have you got a performance skill in this game?
It has to be, I guess.
I'm pretty sure we have something like it. As a personality,
society, which is, I think, interchangeable for pretty much anything.
Yeah, true. Use it for-
Persuade, maybe.
Persuade, maybe.
Yeah. Persuade is really a bit more language, but you can choose. Do society or persuade.
I can do either or society.
Yeah. Choose which one you want. And I'll say difficulty 1.
Okay.
Give you a good chance here. All right. So this figure stops, ponders, and then talks something. We'll see whether you understand it in a minute. Talks something and points you over to the temple building. So if you want to spend that momentum that you just generated, no, you didn't generate a momentum.
No, I didn't generate no momentum.
If you give me a doom, I'll give you extra information.
All right, everyone okay with that?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, one more.
Yeah, what's one more?
Frank needs Doom.
Yeah, bring it on. Just for one roll against Durzo later on. I spent 16 doom. And yeah, so he seems to indicate that you should be going over to this temple to look up a chant, a ritual, a spell, something like that.
I'm gonna tell Krios, and just like whoever's close to me, just I point over to the temple. We need to go over there.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe we can find something useful.
So you are now feeling that this drink, whatever, is actually going a bit more to your head. Yeah, it seems to have taken a little bit of time because I didn't want to interfere with these rolls. They're important. But the next ones might have an effect.
Okay, so we may need to hurry. If you're progressively feeling worse, let's hurry there because your skills could be really useful when we get there.
Is it all of us, or is it all of us who drank, or is it proportional to what we drank?
You know, this initial euphoria has faded now, so you're now feeling a little bit squeamish in your tummy, and it is actually proportional to what you drank, how much you drank.
Okay.
But you don't really have a scale to compare the effects on you. You're all just feeling a little bit off, other than Krios. So, and you come to this room, and I'll just say, okay, you spot that the temple is one way and the library is the other way. Assume that you go to the library. It's a safe assumption.
I think we need to go to the temple because that's what Murta has just said.
Like the one that Citizen pointed out.
Much of a muchness.
Very nice.
You come to a place that looks like this. It looks a bit strange. It's a big hall.
Okay.
It has got on the first floor, essentially, it's got lots of books and dooms and scrolls and so on. At the bottom there's tables. Some of them are actually covered in some scriptures. There's some of these ghostly figures running around. But if you look up, the skylight almost looks like it's not real. There seems to be light spell on it, and there seems to be like the material of the whole thing that couldn't possibly hold up. It's like the stones themselves are floating about a bit.
Is there a lot of debris on the floor like the picture shows?
There's some debris there, yes. I wouldn't say a lot. It's not like it's blocking your path, but around the edges there's some debris.
And it's debris that has fallen from the skylight.
That's what you deduce, yeah. But as I said, some of the stuff is floating up there. It's flying about, maybe almost like this place is, being dissolved slowly.
Interesting.
Are there priestly-looking entities around?
Entities. Yeah, there are some floaters. Some priestly floaters. And actually, one of them goes up to Mortaz and talks at him. And you just...
who are you?
You basically interpret... Is your memory, sorry?
No, would our memories be fading or no? From
what you're seeing here now is not impacted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more things you're trying to remember from your past, where you say, oh, what? Why are we here again? Sort of thing. Or you're forgetting the other world, if you like. You are much more now grounded in this world.
Okay. And
but this
try
person...
to tell the priest...
yeah.
The Anubites, and just kind of make like the
doing a charade again.
Ears. Charades again.
Okay.
You can't talk with them.
And they look puzzled, but after a while, you sort of find your. Basically, they're pointing you towards a big bookcase on the upper floor. You don't actually know what he said, really, but you're pretty sure he meant look up there.
Hopefully.
See what you can read. You may find it easier trying to read than talk.
Maybe.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, you might have seen this language written, but you probably have never heard it spoken before. So it might be easier. You're quite right. It's much more of a law thing than a linguistics, but either works. So you are directed to this area. You can all help, but basically you're pretty sure these are religious writings, and some of the symbolism reminds you of death.
I'm interested in flicking through some books looking for pictures, maps, things like that, which don't need me to read the written word.
Right. You don't see many maps, but there are definitely some diagrams, and some symbols and runes that recur. Or glyphs that recur. Got some music bleeding back from somebody.
The only music is from the from what you're playing on.
Yeah. You may have to turn that down a bit if you don't have it on earphones.
Yeah, no, mine's really quiet, but okay.
Okay, I don't know who it was. I couldn't tell, but I just heard it. So why don't you do me a library use? We don't have that here. So a law roll, and you can all assist. Durzo. Sorry, not Durzo. Mortaz, unless Durzo wants to lead it.
Let's not assist Durzo in this one.
Unless you want to.
No. Mortaz starts or we start?
The assistants start, and then to cap it off, we see whether it was any use.
Yeah.
I don't roll one dice.
What's difficulty? Yeah.
I'll tell you later. One.
Okay.
So just one. I can tell you now. But we have so far nothing and nothing and another 20.
Oh. What is going on, bro?
That's your third.
That's your third 20, yeah. But you have successes and you have one momentum. So, okay, I think I know what we can do for the complicated. Oh, look at that. Krios helps you as well. So you now actually have 2 momentum from this that you can spend on extra information. But let me tell you what you find. You are pretty sure that you found what they were looking for. It has got the same symbols on it that you associate with death cult and so on. And it seems to describe a ritual. There is a diagram of a, let's call it a summoning circle. And there is a number of descriptions of what you have to do to, basically cast a spell. That's what it boils down to. I'm going to give you a short overview of this. Where is it? Basically, it says that there is a ritual through which priests, before their death, could open this gate. That the Anubites are supposedly only letting through dead people. Yeah? But that there was a ritual way of basically commanding them to let living pass. And this was the ritual that was conducted by the high priest of this death cult. And for this ritual, you will need a few things. You will need the following, as I
Yeah, of course, yeah. This is the land of the dead, isn't it?
Here we go.
It's living.
You're still 2 life. Oh, why does it do that? I want to copy this. I can't. Popped out. You can't copy. Yeah, there we go. Actually, let's make that pretty. And if one of you can read it out in their best epic voice. So here.
You want me to read it?
Sure, why not?
Oh, in the shadows deep and dark, where life and death entwine, Arconian spirits, we beseech grant passage through this gate of time. From realm beyond the mortal coil, where secrets ancient lie, we call upon your timeless grace, with humble hearts and spirits high. By obsidian blade, we offer this blood, a pledge of our devotion true. By silver chalice, we share this herb. To bridge the worlds, we call to you. In unity, we stand before this gate, with purpose clear and strong. Arconian guardians, heed our call. Let us pass. It is not wrong.
Not the best rhyme there.
Reverence for your ancient ways and honor for the past, Arconian spirits open the way to realms unknown. We know amassed with faith and hope. We chant this plea. With respect for what's been said, Arconian gate, unlock for us and guide us through the land of the dead. So it seems that we need an obsidian blade, a silver chalice, and some herbs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But does it tell you what herb you need?
You translated it as herb as you were reading it out, but you are pretty sure that there is one herb, if you want to give me momentum, that is associated with this cult. Will you give me momentum? Yes.
There you go.
It's a sort of a nightshade related thing that's still being grown in Stygia.
Seems we need nightshade specifically grown from Stygia.
Well, it's still grown there, but it probably came from the old Djachroum. That's what I'm trying. You don't have to travel to Stygia to get it.
Is this nightshade a very common thing in Stygia? Would I, as a Stygian, know what's the purpose?
You know that famous thing from the Lord of the Rings about Athelas, yeah? It's a bit like that. You know that this is a plant that people sometimes mix poison from, and in small doses can be used medicinally. So you've heard the name, but you've never used personally, have not heard of it being used in the death cult.
Okay.
So it doesn't have the same significance to it.
But where does it grow, though? Does it grow like along the banks of the river? Does it grow up the mountainside? Where could we find it?
In dark and shady places, and it needs quite a bit of moisture.
Okay.
You know that
so
much.
it may be along the riverbank.
And actually, I think that Mortas is also quite a herbalist, isn't it?
No.
No? Or was it the original build?
Lore.
Didn't you have like alchemy?
Previous.
You have that, Dezo?
Yes, I'm alchemy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The weapons the Djachroum people had, did they look like there was obsidian blades?
No. They look like steel or maybe some sort of bronze, but you think probably steel. They were shot of spears. Kopeshes. You do have
And I
alchemy.
assume we don't have an obsidian blade on us.
Not currently, no. They're steel weapons. Obsidian, I mean, it's hard, but it's actually very difficult to make big weapons from. So typically they are this long, maybe. Dagger, knives.
Do we recall if the Anubites had obsidian weapons?
You don't think they did?
No.
Can I just, with the book open on this page with this spell, walk up to the priest and just point at the ingredients?
Now, you were not as present in that, but you had 2 sips, right? 1 sip. 1 sip. Let's see. But basically, what I'm saying is you've got a 20% chance that he sort of realizes what you want.
Right.
He doesn't seem to even notice you.
Okay, then I'll turn to Mortas and Shira. Maybe you try it?
I'm
I'm
gonna go over. Because of my priestly background, I'm well aware of where things should be in a temple, and so I'd be looking at like a sacristy or something like that. That might be a place where they would keep ritual garb and stuff like that. So I may just go off on my own and look around the area.
Yeah, you don't sense that you're in any danger, so no problem. Can you do me a religion check? I think you have religion.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say difficulty 1, because I really like the idea of saying, I know where priests keep their stuff.
Religion.
There isn't a religion.
There's something like it, though, isn't there? Or is it just law?
Sorcery, probably.
It'd be sorcery, lore.
Sorcery might be a bit far. I thought there was something religion.
Yeah.
It needs to be an intelligence check here, so...
Society.
Law, you can just do it.
No, it could be a society, actually.
Or society.
I'd rather do society.
And do society.
I'm
want to
going to use
overuse
that
law
last
today.
momentum.
Ooh, burn it. There's always more doom for you.
It's not under purchase, right? It's under bonus.
I think it's not bonus, but the...
No, it's
Yeah, it's
you're using.
Yeah, that's momentum. There we
purchase.
go.
Yes, it's bonus, yeah.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Let me do-
Almost as if you had grown up here. You say, oh, okay, these guys are going there, these guys are going there. That must be the path for the sacristy. And you walk back there. Do you take any of the others with you?
Yeah.
Wave
I
at
say,
them?
come. I wave at them and I say, I think I've got this.
You think you do?
I'll hand the book back over to Mortas and just follow along.
Yeah, keep hold of that book. I wonder when we leave this place if it goes with us.
Okay, so you're basically following along, stumbling along, and you walk into this place, and they're not holding you up because certainly they see you, or even if they do, they don't interfere with you. And you see that there's some, well, actually, Mortas sees it best. Some ancient robes there, and there are some other things there, like vessels, and it's like frankincense, whatever they might be using. But there's also some little pots and potions, and there's actually some dried herbs.
Excellent. I show Mortaz and say, "Is this the correct herb?"
It seems so, unless there's a mistranslation, but we can only hope.
So
There's
if
all
I
things
spend-
that looks right as well. That looks like the plant that he had in mind.
So if I spend some momentum, can I look for an obsidian blade and a silver cup?
And look for them without spending any momentum at all.
All right.
But unfortunately, I'm going to tell you that there's cups, but you don't think they're silver. And you don't see any weapons of it, any obsidian. Is another... Yeah, okay. I did drop a hint earlier. I don't know whether you picked up on it. So, let's see. How can I put this in?
I think you said the blades would be small.
I did say that, but also that this... Who ran this ritual? Who conducted it?
like the high priests.
High priest.
So they should have everything.
So you're in the library.
Yeah, we need to go to the temple.
Yeah, let's go to the temple. Yeah.
Yeah. Temple, and actually, yes, okay, temple. So basically, you're in the slightly wrong place here, right?
Yeah.
But also, like, if it's anything like in Sitcha, the high priest has probably a palace of his own. Like, he's the de facto god of this, city.
Yes.
Or it may be an attached building onto the temple.
Well, he did point to Mortaz. He did kind of indicate where it was.
Yeah, he pointed towards the temple, didn't he?
The back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The temple complex,
Like
basically, yes.
The guy in the street earlier, yeah. I was thinking the whole time that we said we go to the temple first.
Mhm.
Because, I think we kind of are mixing it. We are in the library now, yeah?
We went to the library first, yeah?
The library is attached to the temple, so essentially it's all in the same complex.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
So let's go to the temple then, yeah? Now.
Okay, you walk towards the temple, and who's going first?
I'll go with Mortaz.
Actually, you can just going to
Yeah, I'll go.
open it to all of you.
Okay.
This roll, I want to basically see how observant you're currently. So, what shall I use? Observation, I guess.
Observation.
I'm always
And I'm just going to do difficulty 1, but I just want to see how many successes together.
Is it all individual rolls? Okay.
All individual. You just click on it and I see how many successes.
Oh, D2, sorry. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, okay. 20 again.
Holy.
Who's rolling all these 20s, Mortars? What's going on?
I used up all my luck previous games.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And now
I just rolled a D1, so therefore still got 3 successes.
a D1. yeah, okay.
That was jinx. Really.
So that's 3,
Yes.
that's 4, that's 5. That's not bad at all. As you're walking around this temple, you're looking around, just it hits you. This is a death priest. So maybe, and this was quite morbid, this culture. Maybe he doesn't actually live in a temple, but maybe he lives
Oh,
like a crypt-like thing,
under the temple,
And as you see that and you say that,
the catacombs.
you see this darkened stairwell with the steps cast out of obsidian, leading down into a maw, a darkened deep maw. And you just, with the symbolism around it, it's almost like they're saying, this is the entrance to the underworld.
Is there light coming from down below, or do we need to provide light?
There's a flicker of light. There's an oil lamp.
Okay.
If there's one around the temple, pick one up and take it down.
Ooh, how do you pick it up? Yeah, fine. I said it's corporeal, so you can pick up. Fine. You can take a couple of oil lamps.
Okay.
And I don't actually make you roll. It's not Forbidden Lands. Which I like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's in the way. So you go down into this almost, abyss. It feels like you're really going down. It's quiet and calm down there. Or a little bit oppressive. You go through the courtyard. In front of you, you see a life, and I actually, this is better lit than it should be, but ignore the person in the back. Yeah, it's a statue. Let's call it a statue. Come into this room, and you can see that there are statues and frescoes, lots of, it seems almost like it's stories of priests' life, maybe previous high priests. Storytelling frescoes all the way around the room. You see that there's a gateway and a statue. And with the number of perceptions, you also see that there are some misty, wispy beings floating around the statue. Spectral guardians? Are they ghosts? You're at the bottom step, basically. Just ended. haven't seemed to react.
Just be careful. If they attack us, we may have nothing to fight back with.
Are they like spectre ghostly beings like the people in town, or specters like the one in Antaeus' house?
It's more like the ones in Antaeus' house. So these actually are floating
The
around.
big
They're not
scary
walking around like they're just normal people, but a bit ghostly looking. These are actually sort of dancing around the statue, flying about it, flitting about it, and they look quite horrible. We should make your resolve roll. See whether it's spooked. It is resolve, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Discipline.
Discipline. Sorry, resolve is the armor.
resolve is the resource.
Yeah.
That's what I put focus on.
The discipline roll.
Standard difficulty.
Standard difficulty. You're just looking at them. You haven't done anything. Okay. Success, success, success. That's Krios. So normal threaten it. What's this? So Krios, if I see that correctly, you're the only person who didn't manage, right?
Yep.
So your courage fails you a little bit. You take 3 resolve damage.
Ooh, ouch. Okay.
Yeah. So in rules terms, for anybody who wants to learn rules, you're probably on the wrong stream. But hey, this is now resolve, and if you the fear 1, yeah, and if you don't manage your resolve, then you get the damage of one of them. Okay, so you're feeling really creeped out by this for some reason, but the others seem to be heartened, and with that you can proceed.
I put out the I put out the water and say, here, maybe this will help.
Yeah, the last
and I seriously open it up and say, come on, it does wonders.
I can't change my resolve, by the way, on my character sheet.
Can't you?
No.
What? Indeed.
How did they break it?
Me neither.
You can't either.
Yeah.
That's just me then.
Interesting.
I can traumas.
Because normally you click it and there's an increase decrease, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, you can normally go up left and
Yeah.
right. Or... Oh, interesting.
No, I can't.
But no.
Can you do it with vigor?
No.
No.
Like I can add wounds and traumatas, but
Yes.
resolve and vigor are locked out.
Oh, interesting. Now you are owners. I just take ownership. But again, configure ownership. So you're definitely the owner. Let me just refresh that. Because sometimes when you do upgrades like I did, you actually have lost some information about your backgrounds. But so by now,
No.
right? Piece of paper time.
Pen and paper. Class.
Go down, that's fine.
Can. Yeah, well, we need to have a look at all players. If I put all to owner,
I'll be right back.
sure. And try once again, and then otherwise we just work with paper.
Yeah, it's not changing.
Interesting enough, I can't change it.
Wait, so can we add traumas? Huh?
Is it maybe because it's all now coded and scripted to the attacks? Do you have to assign a target to attack? So
Maybe I have to
like-
apply damage to you. So if I select you and apply damage. Oh, sorry. Almost gave the damage to me. So, and 3 resolve.
We're gonna check it. What?
Yeah.
Did it do?
That might be what it is. Good thinking, that man. So you didn't have any courage armor, did you?
No.
Okay, good. Solved. Anyway, back to the nice picture, if I can find it. So, you want to proceed? You want to drink?
Oh, I don't go any nearer. Let's stay clear of these things.
I say, well, it's your loss, and I put it back.
Oh, I don't want to touch that water.
Is there a way to sneak past them on the sides, or are they blocking the gateway where the statue is?
It's one main gateway, but there are 2 arches down the side, so maybe they might not notice you.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
don't
can
know when you
sneak past maybe?
Yeah.
I'll stay here. I will. I'll keep a guard on the way out.
You definitely spook.
So we're going to try to sneak past?
I think
Yes,
one of you was trying to. Yeah, you can individually decide what you want to do.
So I'll try to sneak past. Anybody else joining me?
I'll join you. What's the difficulty?
Is one failed stealth roll affecting the other, probably? So I guess I will have my distance
If-
to the sneaky.
If you
before
want
I try
to,
it myself.
if you want to try individually, that's fine. Or if you want to go together as a group, either. But if you go individually, you'll have to keep big distance.
Mm.
I'll just.
Yeah, or we just okay.
I'll-
Let's just try together. Maybe 2 on one side, 2 on the other.
I think Kriya's
Yes.
wanted to stay put, but
Yeah, I'm a bit spooked by these. I'm going to stay back.
Oh, okay.
I'll go on one side, and Mortaz and Durzo, you go on the other side.
All right.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? Rolling wise.
I will.
So you need to do stealth and against their senses. Spend a moment. It's 2 successes. Let's see. You make it through. They have not noticed.
All right.
Risky.
I will insist to be okay.
He trips over a stone.
There's no
Yeah.
complication.
No complication. No.
Yeah. Mortas
This
hasn't
is the
rolled
time
yet.
not to roll a 20.
Alright,
Oh, that's not a 20.
Oh,
Look.
that's
And if you want,
sneak enough for the both of us.
if you spend the momentum, then I'll let you pass one of your successes over to those who will have 1 success. Good. But I haven't rolled for them yet. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's good enough.
Very good. Very good.
The senses are not good enough. So you actually managed to sneak through. Krios, however, stays in the chamber, right? Okay.
Now,
For
Don't
now.
forget to bank.
I did.
Bank the remaining, yeah. You've got 3 momentum cards. It's not bad. You come into another chamber. This feels a bit like a crypt. So, put another picture. In the middle here, you see this sort of pedestal. It's a bit rounded, but on top of it seems to be a shrouded figure, a statue of a shrouded figure. It's almost like they buried somebody in a reliquary standing upright. That's what you're thinking. It looks really quite creepy, but maybe it's just a statue. Maybe there's no mummy inside. You can find out if you like. In the middle here, you can see it unfortunately because I couldn't get Midjourney to put that there. But there's a small chest standing in ornate chest. Center.
But does it seem locked or just
I'll
easily openable?
From this
approach it.
distance, you would have to have a closer look. It's about
I'll definitely approach it.
that size. So you go in. As you come in, you see sort of dancing sparks around. That not just light the torches around you, but also there's an inscription sort of in front here on the edge. Oh, you can't see that. On the front edge, there seems to be an inscription in ancient runes. However, we have our rune person here.
Just tell me the difficulty. I'm ready.
Tell me the difficulty. Because you're currently...
I'm ready.
You're quite inebriated. I would just say
you
won. Because in a way, you have been pulled into this world. So that's the advantage of it. Jawohl. Very nice.
3 silver.
He's on cake for him.
Because you're doing really well.
20s are gone.
Yeah. Out of 20.
You burnt them off, didn't you? You just burnt them off as quickly as possible. You see.
Watch them come back.
Hounds, Tinderloss are barking. You see an inscription there. I put in the... I thought we needed some traditional dungeon fare. So as a riddle.
So I read it out to him. In life I crawl, I run, I fly, yet never shall I touch the sky. In death I rest, no movement here, but whispers of the past you'll hear. What am I? Life I crawl.
And at this moment, you just need to tell me how close to the center you're standing. Just for general awareness, nothing sinister at all. No, in case something goes wrong, and you just need to know roughly where you are. Keeping to the edge.
I would have probably tried. Like this is like a small hallway down to this chamber.
There's a small hallway, and then it widens out into the circular room, and you can see a path on behind it.
So the specters could still possibly see and get to us.
In theory, if somebody alerted them, you think you're outside of their normal perception range. Yeah, this short hallway was probably...
yeah, I would like to position myself in a way so I can have both entrances, hallways, whatchamacallit, like just see them if anyone is approaching.
Good. So you're not in the chamber as such, you're basically in the connecting...
yeah, I'm in the chamber, but in a way that I can see both entrances at the same time, if that makes sense. Essentially,
yeah, off to the side. You would have to sit off to the side then.
Entrances, I'm just basically 90 degrees to it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Good. Makes sense. And the others?
So wait, would I become visible if I got close to the text?
You have to be quite close to read the text. Yeah, and I think Shira said, "Oh, I'm definitely going in."
Yeah.
Okay, so good. All I need to know. Now there's a little riddle. Go.
Riddles?
Yeah, there's always the problem with player knowledge versus character knowledge. So if you really struggle, let me know, and I might characters roll.
Time is a common one, but not sure if it fits.
Crawl, run, fly.
Time flies, time crawls. Does time run?
Yes, time.
I mean, could it just be a human?
I think it's time.
If you think it's time, who wants to say it?
Whispers of the...
I'll elbow Mortaz and say, "It's time. It's time.
It gotta be time. It's always time.
Time?
Time for what?
The whispers of the past.
Time flies. Time flies. Time runs. When you're dead, time doesn't exist anymore. It's time."
What about the whispers?
We're here. We're whispering. Come on, it's time.
Is there some sort of input device?
No, there's no input device, but maybe you need to say it in the right language. And for this one, I'll still want a difficulty 1 linguist.
Alright.
Because now would be an interesting time for complication.
Everything explodes.
All that momentum you
find. So you confidently utter the word that you think means time, and you hear a slight click in front. And the lid of the chest just pops up a little bit.
Just kind of push? Can we push the lid a little bit more?
Yeah.
Or is it just
Basically, you can just lift it.
Yeah.
It's just popped
Sure.
open,
Help
like
me.
it was clasped shut before, and now the clasp has been released, basically.
I go toward it.
Inside it, if you open it,
Yep.
you see
Sure, I need to extract it.
an engraved and quite ornate silver chalice.
Yay.
As you pick it up, these motes, these floating motes around, they sort of dive into the chalice, give it a little gleam, and disappear.
Wow.
Is there anything else that we see around this crypt?
Really, no, there's not much. There's a few candle stubs and so on, and there's an entrance behind this figure on the other path. There's not
You
much
mean
else.
that goes further deeper into the crypt, or does it? Yes. The figure wouldn't happen to be holding an obsidian blade.
Could be holding. No.
Is the figure a statue or a mummy?
Close up, it looks like it's metal, I reckon. Now, it's possible that there's a mummy inside it, but it's not just a post mummy. Sense.
But
We need to crack it open if. Yeah.
No, I think we leave it. Let's continue down the crypt and see if there's something else.
A crowbar out. Indiana Jones. That's a different game. I played it. Temples and Tombs.
You have an Indiana Jones game?
Yeah, it's a Year Zero one that somebody made called Temples and Tombs, I think.
That's
And
awesome.
the idea is quite awesome, but some of the implementation is a bit wobbly. But the scenario, actually, I quite like the first scenario.
Let's continue down.
Yeah.
Offer. But Krios, do you shout back to Krios, or do you think if we shout those ghosts?
Krios said he wanted to stay behind. Do we leave him?
But we could get into danger, and it might be wise to get Krios. So
Maybe let's go a little bit further and just see what comes around. But before we do anything serious, we re-evaluate if we get our teammate.
Oh. Coming to the next. Looks like that. So let me give you a shot. Opposite, you see a lit hallway, and it's almost like there's some daylight coming through. And on the walls here, you see some green and blue spiral patterns, and they are also on the floor, and you can see them in the scroll work here. There's lots of spirals here. Lots of spirals. So, as a priestly man, a woman, Shira, maybe you know the symbolism of spirals?
Eternity? Yeah.
Eternal life, possibly resurrection,
Yeah.
or making you dizzy. Could be that.
I'm a little tipsy, so
You can't look too careful.
can't look too long.
Yes, there's also
But that's what I'm thinking.
some sort of cloth or robe or something lying off to the right there. Or,
I don't have an image.
Oh,
in front
sorry.
of me,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Me neither.
Ah,
I forgot to to press show players.
okay, so there it is. The robe is the closest to us. There's something that seems a little bit farther on the stairs.
Yeah, the thing closest, and there's another shred of fabric back there on this.
Okay. I'll go and look underneath the robe.
Right. Hey.
And I don't hesitate.
You don't hesitate at all. So you're going off to the right, and you lift up this. This seems to be some of this priestly guard that you've seen before in the temple. And as you look at it, it's not just the rope there. Within it are some bones, some skeleton. Skeletal bones.
So does it look decrepit? Does it look like it's been there for quite some time, or does it look new?
It looks quite old.
Okay.
And you also see that, as I said, you went straight to the side. You didn't go to the exit. So, you actually, let's make this a bit more entertaining. You see a short obsidian blade that this skeleton must have had on it. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of audio interference. I can't tell where it's coming from.
Not me.
Can you hear it, though, or is it just me who can hear it?
Yes, no, I can hear it. There's kind of a squeaking.
Is it better now?
No, not yet.
I'll mute my mic and see.
Krios?
I turned my volume down earlier, so it's...
Oh, that's gone?
Yeah, no, it's still around.
Now it's gone for the moment.
Oh, okay.
I put some nice expression on as well, that might help. Okay, so... So, you have this in your hand. What do you want to do?
I guess we have everything. Let's turn back.
Yeah, let's turn back. Or, yeah, let's turn back and talk to Krios.
Yeah.
You want to sneak past those specters again? Or do you just want to take the exit?
Like, does the exit in front of us lead up?
Looks like a little bit of daylight. It's hard to tell because you don't really have an angle to look into it.
I mean, should we try it and then just circle back and get him? Instead of
circle back.
Why don't I go back far enough so that I'm not disturbing the specters, but I can at least call to him to say, come over.
Call to him by waving or by voice?
Try to signal.
I'm going to try to signal, yeah.
Okay, do me another sneak check against the... Yeah. Because you're getting close, you have to get close so he can see you. And I'm assuming Krios stayed put. Is that right?
Yeah, I won't have moved anywhere. Yeah, I'll just be watching these, trying to build my courage up because they scared me quite a lot. I don't know if there's sort of some sort of...
whoa.
That's a stumble and fall job, isn't it?
How many can you re-roll?
This was not the time to. This was not the time to give up D&D. All right, so I think I can re-roll too.
Can you? Depends how much expertise you have in that field, right?
I have tons. And I just click return.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, one of the things is actually you re-roll. There should be a re-roll once. A right click.
Oh.
I think it's a right click.
Should be like a right click and then it's...
Reroll. Yeah, I have 3.
Oh, that was lucky. Because I'm pretty sure in Conan you're actually allowed to reroll complications. Pretty sure.
Oh.
That's good. So you actually edged forward and just for a moment, those ghosts, those specters were flitting around and almost looking at you, and you quickly disappear in a little crevice in one of the walls and hold your breath and wait for the attack to come. But after a few seconds, you round the corner again. Think that they have resumed their normal circulation pattern. That was damn close. So, Krios, you see Shira signaling at you.
I'll steel myself, build my courage up, and then try to sneak past them.
Go on.
No, I don't have rolls on this.
We had lots of 20s today. Lots.
Yeah, there is a load of momentum, isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Absolutely enjoying in the 20s.
Yeah.
If only that happened during the fights.
Oh, it might at some.
Yeah. I'm going to just cover myself.
Ooh.
This is brutal.
Oh boy.
Can you reroll anything?
Yeah, rerolls.
I've got no talents that allow me to reroll.
Talent.
I don't know what talent allows you to reroll stealth.
It's probably in the stealth tree.
It's somewhere in the stealth. I mean, Shira will know.
Will I?
Yeah, you just rerolled some stealth, so. What talent was it?
Living Shadows?
That could be.
Was it
No,
Living
I've
Shadow?
got Shadow, 2 ranks in it.
You
But
get
that's just bonus momentum if you.
I think I
succeed.
just used bonus. I don't know.
Oh,
I was able to.
Yeah, I'm being able to technically, rules wise.
Yeah, I don't think there's not one there that allows you to reroll stealth, or it's not one I've got, unless it's assassin. But I don't know whether.
Don't worry too much about it, because I think we'll still get our ghosts now, so don't worry.
yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, you make your way forward with all those extra dice, and you still didn't see whether if they have 0 success in their roll, then you might get away.
Watch the 4 successes. Oh, one
they have a 20 as well. Look, right. So you're sneaking forward, and you're trying to take the path to the left, like Shira had done. But as you're just the closest to it, you hear a ghastly shriek, and you all hear this shriek that's going on. You've got these ghosts storming towards. So now we will need a little battle map.
We don't take resolve again or discipline.
In a minute. Let me try and find it.
My plan is to run like
No,
a
I just heard.
bat.
I saw another streak, and that's like the resolve or whatever, or discipline. I don't like
Hear that, but you might be too far away. Affected. Shira might not be. So what was I looking for? I was looking for nice maps.
Yeah, yeah, you were looking for just a generic map.
Simple. And because I deleted some of it. And I'll activate it. And then I'll have to pull everybody on. So we still have your tokens on this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a generic map.
Septimus has returned. Yeah.
Septimus is back here. So, but we are missing Shira.
Yeah.
So we just need to position you in a minute, and we need some of these ghosts.
Remove the female figure.
Shira?
No.
Oh, that's not Shira. That's the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
is Thera with us?
actually, I might shift you all up into the temple. That looks.
I forgot.
So, there for
At
now.
moments, Tyria was with us, and I think she just kind of left.
Yeah, that was Neferet. Shira is with you, but she actually stayed with Cryos. Why not?
Okay.
That makes
Because
sense.
I forgot about her as well. To be perfectly honest, I always forget about it. So Cryos is about there, and Tyra is about there, and we've got the ghost dancing around over here. It's not so, doesn't matter, because we're not counting heck. Durzo and Mortas are over here, so imagine that being the other room. And Shira, you're on there, waving at them.
Yeah.
These ghosts are now freaking. So, you are in the same zone. There. Shira is on the edge to the next zone. And so, let's have a look. Let's see. So they shrieked, I said, yeah? So that's the unholy scream attack.
Mm.
And if you're in medium range, there's one zone away, that includes Shira. You have a chance to be suffering. So, 3 successes. So you need to resist it with discipline.
Okay. Discipline.
Do you have some momentum?
Yeah. Discipline.
I have lots of doom. Doom.
Okay, so I need to use. I could use a 4. No, I can use momentum, so I need to do dice purchase, don't I?
Yeah, come on. You know what to do. We've done it often enough.
Oh no, yeah, I always forget which one is dice purchase or bonus.
Bonus is extra, so dice patch.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 dice. I'm going to regret.
Oh, 19 and 20. And 1 success. So you're 2 success.
Lucky enough, I gave myself a focus with XP before, which means the 19 isn't a complication.
Only 1 complication.
Hmm.
Right, so you get some more resolve damage. Oh, come on. Only 2.
Ooh,
So I need to now select you, as we worked out.
Yeah.
And right click and say apply. And it's just on you, actually. Shira, can you do me the discipline roll? A complication. But you have 2 successes. So
It's not a game.
Yeah, 3 successes they claim.
So you don't get the damage.
Yeah.
Did that work? Did something happen?
No.
Oh, it's because I know why.
Yeah, normally something appears in the chat.
There we go. I clicked
Yeah,
on Shira's willpower check. Said apply. Was not done. So, yeah, you are actually quite horrified, aren't you?
I am.
So that means you're also
one result.
you're stunned now. Well, which means basically the staggered condition. Which means you can only do main action. And I think you might even have to do something to do that.
You could spend 2 doom though to ignore it.
Yes, you can spend 2 doom to ignore it if you.
Fortune.
Yeah, I'll happily give you 2 doom, so I can try to
Try to
crawl away
ignore.
from
Oh
it.
well, 1, 2 for me. Very good, thank you. Now the complication is, however, that you're both a bit stunned. Only before this turn. So you can still do a major action, not the minor.
Okay.
So, and they are now starting to move around. Now, you normally have in any fight the initiative players, unless I spend to do. But you can't really get that far, so let you do your thing.
What's the distance from Mortos and me to?
I would say, oh gosh, what's the range band called? Is it far?
It's close, medium, and long, I think.
Long. Okay. Long is two zones away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say you're 2
close
zones.
is in the same zone.
Yeah, near is
in the next long 2 zones away. Yeah.
So you're going to be 2 zones. It's not a huge place, and you were waiting for.
All right.
For free. So this basically is the 1 zone where you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next zone is just for ease of reference there.
Yeah.
Sort of that sort of thing.
Alright, I'll check those boxes.
Okay. I'll take the sprint action, which means moving to any point in long range, and attempted movement collides with at least 1 wall.
I got some voices in the back.
So do I.
That might be mine.
For whatever reason, I can't put my token in there.
Probably because I forgot to put door in. There should be if you go through the gate.
Is the gate this one here?
Just this big thing.
There we go.
This thing.
All right.
So you're storming in with your full action.
Yeah.
Sprint action is both. Is it both action?
No, it's just a standard action.
But you only have a minor action.
So,
okay. Good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's it. I guess.
Yeah, you zoom in there. And
yeah.
Have you got the obsidian blade? Have you got the obsidian blade?
Jira might have picked it up.
Can't move my character.
Can't move it at all?
No.
Why not? I can.
Yeah, I can.
Where do you want to go? Just tell me.
That was perfect. Just where you had it. Just in front.
There.
Yeah. A little bit back.
A little bit back, a bit to
There
the
we
left,
go.
but to the
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So you just want to basically step in.
I just want to be within whipping distance.
Whipping this. Is that a measure in Canada?
Yeah, whipping distance. Yeah.
Right, the other two. 3.
Uh,
Shira.
I'm going to grab Shira's
But
hand.
Shira, you can still make an attack.
Yeah.
Shira can, yeah. You stepped
So
in action. You want to?
Yes.
So you're trying ghastly beast. How are you doing that with your whip, yeah?
Let me first think about this.
Curious as to see if you actually hit.
I'm gonna use Steely Glare.
Mm-hmm. To attack back at you.
Or Force of Presence.
It's essentially the same thing.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So I increase by +1 CD. All right. So I'm gonna try that Steely Glare.
So Steely
I'm trying to
Glare.
intimidate it. I'm trying to do kind of
Drive them out.
drive them out. Yeah. Be gone.
Oh, that's unexpected. Because they're undead and they're unliving.
Yeah, they have no fear properly, do they?
But you have force of presence, and I think that
Yes.
that should still be holding true. I think, even if
Yeah.
it's a spirit, it's a spirit attack essentially. So I think
And my
I'll let you
Force
do
of
that.
Presence has 5 ranks.
that is a lot of
Five
presence.
ranks.
No. That's my Persuade has 5 ranks. Sorry.
So I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to give them because they're go.
Yeah, I think Force of Presence will give you an extra die for the attack. Like on the actual attack thing.
You have enough, and I'm not going to roll for 3 ghosts independently. So what would the damage be?
Okay, hold on.
Steely Glare, it's 2 CD.
Might be more
Is
for
it-
force of presence. More. 2 or 3.
It's 3 because Force of Presence does +1.
I thought so. So
So
Roll the
I just
damage
have
on
to
it.
go
You,
back to
don't
the
you
damage.
add your ability score?
You add whatever you get for your persuasion or your charisma.
Just roll the
Right.
damage.
Yeah, you get for personality, depending on how much personality do you have.
Yeah. I don't know what's your personality, sure. But depending on
What do you mean
Well,
with
I
my
don't
personality?
think you should bank the momentum though.
personality is 12.
Because you
12?
need to do 3 successes.
So you add 3 combat dice to it.
So it's done it already.
Yeah.
I think.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
base
Can I
attribute
ro-
3. See the attribute 3? That's the one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty good, isn't it? A 6 mental damage.
Terrific.
Can I re-roll one?
If you
have
have
something.
ability to do.
I'm just looking.
You can just spend the momentum to reroll.
Oh,
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, okay.
One momentum, yeah.
So
You're trying to scare the scary ghosts. I'm just trying to picture this little lady. Because you're quite small, right? Shira's quite small.
yeah, well,
Diminutive.
she's okay, medium.
And just basically going, "Wow," staring at these ghosts and saying something to them in her own tongue. And very mental. It's like Durzo. Yeah.
That is a good roll though.
That is a very good roll, and I have to admit that. But I specifically used those opponents because Durzo wouldn't be able. And then she
You
comes
didn't
along.
count on the
Woof.
mental ability of Shira.
Shira can outstare a ghost. Look at that. Right, so what am I going to do with this? Let's have a look at that. It's because I'm not. So, will help them. Right. So. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna. Now they almost tremble. A couple of bit back. One of them is somewhat bottom. At least they have cover. One flies to the far corner there. One flies to the far corner there. But this one is straight in front of Durzo still. It looks like it trembled a little bit, but Durzo is food. Do you want to be food, Durzo? Right, let's do the others. Waters.
I'm gonna get up to this. I'm gonna tell the group that I'm gonna shout it, and maybe we should just leave. They might just be forced to stay here, like the Anubites. Maybe they won't follow us if we leave their presence.
I mean, we have everything we need, yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I will grab Chura's hand and lead her out as quick as I can.
Well, we have everything we need. We just need to get to the place to read the chant.
So you can move one zone because
yeah,
while you're sort of stunned still by the fear. So you're there. Good. That's fine.
Are we leaving like back in the? Not
Yeah.
the
Isn't there another escape, like back?
Yeah. We're going back toward where we found the chest and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I'm staying where I am to cover your escape.
Yes, that's where you're currently going. Yeah. So imagine the south here is basically where the other chambers were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the north is where
we wanted to leave basically from where we came, like back up to the temple.
I was just told to come this way by
No, if you wanted to.
Let's just hope for another exit.
If you want to run towards the exit that you came in through originally, that would be the northern end. As I said, the map is not actually. But that would be that side. Yeah?
But is there an exit, like,
I would have come out because Shira was beckoning me forward.
Was coming,
I was beckoning you to come toward the area that had the chest and to have the other exit with the rope.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't foresee
so not
you
the
doing
exit, but further into the crypt.
Yeah, because there is maybe another way out that way.
Yeah,
So are you running towards where Shira was beckoning you?
Yes.
I'm getting really confused. So you're running basically essentially deeper into the crypt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, in that case, yes, you're here. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, a bit slow today, apparently. So,
this seems
good.
Wise, but okay.
It's fun for me. So,
that's why I said it.
So you scared the other two ghosts off a little bit, but this ghost is now, it's their turn, right? Everybody else is gone.
Has everyone made a move?
Mortos hasn't had his turn.
Oh, he's come forward. He stepped forward and he shouted at you to say, "Come on, we need to just run away from them."
I'm not getting in the room with a bunch of ghosts, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's my turn, I'm getting ganked.
You can tell he's the intelligent scholar. Right, so what's this ghost gonna try? I think try and grab you. Dead.
Sounds physical.
It's spectral hands, but that's what I call it.
Reach into your chest and pull your heart out.
And I've got so much doom I'm going to do so.
But aren't we just ghosts here ourselves?
Like, is this a melee attack? Can I parry that?
Can you parry spectral hands?
It says agility combat, so that
it does sound
to me like a physical attack.
I would say you can try and dodge it.
I mean,
you can dodge it, I would say, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but no,
does
it do like how is it called? Does it do vigor or resolve damage? Essentially.
It says physical.
Because I think that's the threshold. If
it does say physical.
Physical, yeah.
But I think it's more like cold, essentially. The cold of the grave leaking into your body.
Hand through your
so
body.
It's not like you can fend off with your shield and push the hand away.
Just want me to hit them again.
So, but you can dodge it if you
want. What's dodge?
Agility,
agility,
parry.
So you're not using your weapon skill for.
So you got to give the doom, don't you?
Agility, acrobatics.
Yeah, but what do I roll for that?
Let me have a look what it's called. Acrobatics.
Or fortune.
Acrobatics. Just...
Very first skill, right at the top.
Or fortune.
You can spend a fortune with it.
Nah.
Nah.
Okay, then let's roll athletics, is that?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Right at the top. Agility.
Wasn't scrolled all the way up. 4 successes, oh boy. Does it have a reach though?
There's enough reach for that.
I guess that reach would be their hands, which would be 1. Or...
I mean,
reach 1.
essentially, I know what you're going for, but completely circumventing all game mechanics seems a little bit...
It is a ghostly attack. You have the game mechanic that you can dodge. I don't think you can parry this. That's amazing. It could make it one easier for you because of you having more.
It's just they hit me. It's fine.
It's a hit. Right. Interesting thing is, and I'm not going to spend any more on this one, but this is actually from the rule. A piercing 3.
Okay, so it's a physical attack.
Physical attack because basically it's the cold of the grave creeping into your bone.
Flag, so go through. So 2 damage.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's not too bad, is it?
No, it's just yeah. You just have to apply it. I can't.
Oh yes.
Put it in
Maybe there's more ethereal if he drinks more water.
That must be the solution. Drink more water.
We still have, like half, almost a little bit less than half of the canteen.
There's 2 left, 2 units.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Yeah. So, gosh, the others, as I said, they are just, this time, you scared them off. Shiro scared. They are now basically turning around.
All right. If it's our turn again?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
leave.
We just run, I guess.
Yeah, there's a withdraw move for that, right? Is that right?
Minor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking through it.
Withdraw is a standard action.
Like an opportunity attack of some sort?
If you just run away, it gets an opportunity. If
Yeah.
you do the withdraw,
you
don't.
Leaving the enemy's reach may provoke an attack of opportunity using a retaliate reaction.
I guess I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that, and then
you just turn away.
Move 1 zone.
So they have the chance for the. Yeah.
No. My action is to withdraw.
Okay.
Right. And for the minor action, I just use I can move 1 zone. Exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, Shira.
I'm going to withdraw as well.
You just want to withdraw slightly, or do you want to just run?
I'm going to run.
Okay, so you can move yourself 2 away and I'll escape. And the other 2, 3?
I will happily run. I'm still scared about these things.
So just to bring it back to where we were basically, you are running away from these guys, from these specters. You can hear them still in the distance scream, but you're 2 zones away, so don't. But they seem like they can't actually come beyond that chamber.
Mortaz for the win.
Mortaz for the win, indeed. Good idea, Mortaz. Well,
that's why you bring a smart guy.
But advised. You are now back in the chamber. If you remember.
Well, wasn't there another exit? Or
yeah,
from Tomb Chamber. Not.
Yeah, the Tomb Chamber led to the room where the blade was.
Yeah, with the ropes, like the spirals and stuff.
Yeah,
I might see. I thought I could get away. Pretty picture. Be on a thing right now, not being able to see anything.
Yeah.
Got no tokens on there, so we
Okay,
got.
now you shouldn't need token. And so essentially, room 1. Can you see a circle now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
A circle, yeah.
2. And room 3. So the middle one, not the middle one is where you currently are now. Room,
Yeah.
room, crypt, whatever you want to call it. This one down here, where it says X, right? Nope. Sometimes it. That was the specters.
Yeah.
Back. Can't really see what I'm typing. Baba. It's there. Specters. And the last one was, what do we call it? Spiral room.
Spiral room thingy.
And there was an exit further on, wasn't there? Or a
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Seem to go further on from there. Yes. Said you had a tunnel. These.
Mm-hmm.
You had a tunnel between this and the original way in.
Awesome.
There you go. High-tech dungeon. But effective.
Very effective.
Let's go onward.
So you're now in this tomb chamber. You're taking a breather.
Yeah.
What are you saying to you?
How can I recover some of my fear? Do I need time?
I offer up the water.
Yeah,
I
you are.
actually
Pass on the water.
Wait.
There's
I have
counseling.
something for
You
this.
can counsel somebody. And I think that there's a bot that has particular talent to help him.
Yeah. I skilled into the whole healing resolve stuff. It's just a
You're a
counter
therapist.
I can do.
Is it resolve or is it just trauma you can? Because he hasn't got a trauma
basically,
yet.
resolve is basically like a medicine, like a healing check.
Mhm.
But then I also have the talent where I can pay Tomb to get rid of a trauma.
No,
We
he
haven't gained a trauma yet, so.
Krios
I
You
hasn't
don't
don't
got
take
a
have
a
trauma.
trauma, do you, Kreus?
Not
Yeah.
yet.
No?
It was
Okay,
close,
then,
but he didn't get. Also, it was 2 hits. Had he lost 5 in one go, it would have been different.
I only had 6,
reroll.
7 in total. Yeah, go on.
Let me just quickly check how many I can reroll. Any dice, okay? In this case,
Oh, yes, that's.
well, 4 successes on that one.
And then what is it you give back? 4 combat dice or something.
That's the question now, isn't it?
I
You
see.
give
What's
us 1
the
point
talent
per
called?
success.
1 per success, isn't it? I thought.
Okay. I'm not sure, but 1 per success I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a good deal of healing for a good number of successes. That seems right.
I can't change my stat though. Remember?
You need to heal yourself. We can't.
But I
apply
mean,
anything.
technically, you would have recovered everything after the encounter anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
you're
what I was
still
thinking,
trembling.
but-
You're still very close, so
Yeah.
I can't
I'm
actually.
still within the complex, aren't I?
I have to find out how I'm allowed to reset this, but I can.
That's fine.
possibly.
That's fine.
So let
Let me try something.
quickly.
So, new scene. Does it reset now?
Yep.
So there's this
Oh,
GM
it's
tool
okay.
for Conan to say new scene. But still, I want to have a little bit of role-playing moment. How do you reassure Cleo? What do you do to restore his resolve? What does it look like, sound like?
Essentially shove the 2 remaining sips of water down his throat and tell him to you man up.
I don't want the water.
It's good for you.
It's not. It's not.
Can I
I'll
just check?
hold him
Purpose
back.
is drunk.
I hold him back.
This is actually
Yeah,
what you want to do? Are you
I
kidding?
think I'm
mean,
more scared
I
of
think it's a valid,
Durzo than I'm of the ghost now. That's probably what's done it.
So sorry.
No, like from the interactions I noticed with the water, it
Mhm.
just helped us. It made us feel better. It just grounded us in this world. Like, I think drinking the water is a very viable approach to face the dangers of this place.
Do you want to advise him to drink the water, or do you want to force him to drink
I will
it?
talk in like I will not actually force it down him, just
Trying
counsel
to
him,
convince him strongly.
advising him to drink it. And
Surely one of us must not drink the water, just in case.
well, Thera didn't drink yet. That's one of us.
Yeah, Tura will be fine.
Let's say there's a 50% chance that she tried the water when you did. Just for interest. So,
High or low?
low. 100. No, she definitely doesn't want to drink the water.
She absolutely didn't. I'm not touching
Absolutely does not want to touch the
Not
water.
Yeah.
So you can feel free to drink, she says.
Chris, why don't you roll?
What, resolve?
Wait, hang on. I need to roll. Can I?
No, do a 1D
Old
DOD
fashioned.
100.
Yeah, old fashioned. Go on. Leave it to the dice.
No, never.
No way.
So, but nonetheless, yeah, Durzo advises you to do that. Yeah, and just by taking your mind off those horrible specters, you actually regain some composure. So I take this right, you're not drinking the water.
No, I'm not drinking the water.
Right, good. Now, how are we doing for time? Now we've got a half an hour, right, for you guys?
Yeah.
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 So, you are in the tomb. You have had a bit of a breather. You have a new scene, so your vigor has come back. Your resolve has come back. I don't think anybody lost any vigor. Oh yes, a little bit. Durzo had lost a little. Ooh, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what to do?
Alright.
Go
We
back
have
to the-
everything we need.
You have the
Get
chalice.
started with the ritual.
You have the dried herb. You have the ritual, if you want it, and you have the obsidian dagger. So you've got everything you need.
Is there a special location we have to do it at?
I would say near the Anubites.
Yeah.
From the description of the ritual, what you're trying to say, you're trying to command the Anubites to let you pass. So you probably need to be near them.
Okay. Well, let's do it then. We're ready.
Right. Can I ask?
Hang on, we also need blood. I think.
Our blood, right?
Yeah, you got to offer your own blood, maybe.
I just was going to. Nobody's going to say it, are they? Good. Sacrifice Tura.
I was just about to say, sacrifice Tura. Well, we just have to a little blood. That's all.
Knife? Yeah.
And I'm sure that it has to be pure blood.
Couple of liters.
That's all I need. That's all I'm going to say.
No, actually, if you reread that, you might get a clue what. But let's just do this first. So you're walking straight to the exit, or what do you want?
This game.
Innocent GM fit.
Well, let's head out, yeah?
Yeah. We should go find the Anubites again.
Yeah,
Right.
let's head up the way out.
I'll just show you that. You'll be not there. Where did I put it?
Marcos.
Strange scene, I must. So, you are back in this. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And as you are, actually, I'm going to just put some tokens on it. It's going to ask you to indicate. You can just put yourself in a. You don't have to. Just want to see who's.
Don't see any tokens.
They're
Yeah.
like over here.
Slightly off to the side.
Yeah.
See them now?
Yeah. I was just scrolling too much.
So top is going first, bottom is going last.
Well, I guess Shira and me were the last to retreat, so we should be.
Well, you had rest. Yeah, so don't worry about that. You had rest. You were in the other room for a while. Feel free to any order you like.
I can't move my token again.
What?
I don't know. I was before, and then it changed.
But where do you want to be? Back with Tura?
I want to be in front of Tura.
Wait, even if you click on your token?
Yeah. It's just pinging it. That's why it's constantly pinging.
Like if you click once and you move with your arrow keys.
Are you on the right thing on the left in the open toolbar? You know the person, and then next to it this sort of frame thing. The icons on the left. Okay.
Yeah, it's framed, and if I left click, it shows combat and all those things.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look at it. But as I said, we had a major version upgrade between sessions, so.
No, it's odd. Before, whatever you did, I was able to move it, and then once we've changed the screen.
Okay, I think I will know. Because I might have just changed the setting for the token on the last scene, rather than master token.
All right. Okay.
So, is that roughly now Krios and Durzo? You have to decide who goes first. Or do you want to walk side by side, holding hands?
I'll take point and try to reassure him. The worst is already behind us.
So you had your moment.
Drink the water. We're going that way, yeah?
You're going north. You're going up. Up and down. That's what. Okay, now we've got it. So,
that makes sense.
Right, I'll give you a chance of a difficulty for perception.
But before you do that, I'm going to be behind. I'll be in the back.
Right.
I want to make sure that she's not alone in the back. Yeah. Okay.
D4.
Difficulty. Quite hard. It's not dire as it is one.
Can I assist? No.
No.
Observation.
That's just
the front man.
Yeah.
Okay, you have one success. So you start walking into the room, basically, and as you reach the middle of the room, the floor just gives in beneath you. And you sort of get this feeling like you're being pulled down by a giant spiral. Not spider, spiral. It seems to be pulling you into the ground. And the light around fades completely. Basically, the others just see him disappear in a hole in the floor.
Any chance of grabbing him?
Do me a quick reaction. Mortas is closest. So let's say athletics or acrobatics. Both of them are not your best skills.
I must say acrobatics. We'll spend a momentum.
So you can either try.
Actually,
fortune.
I'm going to say, let's see, 2 successes.
Yeah, fortune is wasted if you don't have expertise.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's still a success. It's just not double success. That's all.
Yeah, it's just not double success.
Yeah, it's still a success there.
Oh, wait.
You can have an extra die. That's.
I was about to, but hold on. I accidentally forgot to change the difficulty of it.
Let's see. Now he is a bit heavier than you are.
Yeah.
Fortune just adds an automatic one. I already wasted the fortune, but it didn't roll. Then there's an extra.
Right. So you have communication. You jump forward. You try and grab him.
Can I grab Moritas before he goes in?
Okay, but difficulty 3 for you.
We're just making a chain at this point.
Everybody,
run! The cartoons.
Tura's not going to grab nobody.
Of course not.
Okay, right. What's the moment? Oh, no momentum left. Acrobatics or
athletics.
Athletics.
So either you do it by quickly reacting and being really agile, or just by muscling it.
I'll do that. I'm going to use a fortune.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, I didn't do the difficulty level. Okay, I didn't do the difficulty level. We'll just see what I rolled.
Ooh,
This is so
embarrassing. All right. So what happens is Mortas tries to grab Durzo, but actually doesn't really. He just touches him. He doesn't grab him, and then he's so imbalanced that he's falling forward into the hole as well. Krios thinks that he should jump after both of them. So who's next in a row? Tura.
I'll turn down as I'm falling and hold my hand out to grab her.
Yeah. That's the other complication, is it? No, you only have. So she might. Yeah, this is. He's not trying to.
They're just all in the hole. Cheer up.
Here you go, Win. Go on.
Standing up there alone.
As you're all running towards the hole, the floor breaks in further. It crumbles
I see Tara go down, and I instinctively reach out my hand to grab her.
Go on. Let's make it a difficulty.
It's either acrobatics
or athletics. Let's make it 2.
And if I have a focus in it, I can do a fortune, right?
You could do a fortune, but you would definitely.
Anyway.
At this point,
a fortune will do.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll.
Before you spend anything, even if you succeed, the only person you're going to rescue is you don't. Is Tura.
You don't.
So basically, the floor is caving in a bit more as well, and that's why they were all going down. So 4 of the group are now pulled into this darkness, and I'll tell you what happens. But see in them. But what does Shira now do? He's alone in the dark. No.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna lay flat.
Way to go down.
I'm gonna lay flat, and I'm gonna try to look down, like putting my body out as far as possible to see if I can see them, how far down they've gone.
You just see a swirling mass of black with whatever color of sparkles you like. Spiraling void.
Purple.
Purple. It's absolutely fine. So, gosh, you see, I have you taken the other way. Anyway, right now let me have a quick look what I wrote down.
And so I don't see them. It's just like a strange mystical vortex.
A mystical vortex. So, the others. You are in almost like describe it, a pocket dimension, a dark room which seems to not let any sound out. It's quite tight. You see some purple sparkles above you somewhere, but you also hear a cackle. And there's ghostly figures flitting around you, all over the place. So,
have I got a lantern?
It is. The lantern basically gives you about more than that, almost like it's being dampened. You can tell with the lantern that there is more. There is a ground. You're not just in a black hole or sphere or something. There is something there.
Where are you?
But it's really dark, and you hear these howling spirits around you. And you all who are down in the hole, do me another. Please.
No momentum.
And
momentum.
One success is what? Complication. Oh dear, Krios. You did not want more ghosts around you, did you? So let me just roll the damage on this one.
Did we essentially slide down a spiral, or did we straight up fall down?
Yeah, it was. You were swirled around a spiral. That's what it felt like. Yeah, like you were swept in circles, going down a bit. So I just put a ghost out because stats for it. So
wow.
Okay, so that's only yes.
Mm-hmm.
And again, You had just about recovered. Maybe you should have added the staggered condition.
No, I'll stay. How long does staggered last for?
A round.
Okay, yeah, I'll just. I'm not going to be doing much at the moment. I'm probably in fear.
So you're in this dark hole, which is actually the perfect map for dark.
Yeah.
And I can actually move. What do I get? Swirling. Darkness. So. Heal. I want to just have an action. As you had vortex.
Fear and terror. Reaching out for the others. Is anyone down here?
Just about here, each other, but it does seem a little bit distorted.
Like every sensation is dampened. Like the light is dampened, hearing, smell.
Yeah, hard to say because you don't know what you're supposed to be, but it feels like everything is deadened.
Yeah.
Other than the cackle and scream of these ghosts flit around. There seem to be lots of them. They haven't attacked you in that case, but they are swirling all over the place.
Yeah.
And all our lights. Or who has light right now? Torches? Or lanterns?
Lantern.
Trias lit a lantern. Can I like crawl around on the floor a little bit to see if I can find the end of the slope?
You can.
We came down. Yeah.
You basically notice that the floor, you are on a flat bit in the middle. It's a little upward.
Yeah.
Rounded edge. Like you're at the bottom of it.
I will see if I can feel around and find the other guys, calling out to them.
You can do that. You pretty much landed together, and you can just about hear each other. So you can navigate a little bit.
Now, can I hear anything?
No, we just had somebody shout, right? You shouted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shout out for the others first.
You hear a whisper coming from the trio saying, "Where are you?" But really, really.
Where are you? So I'll scream back, "I'm up here."
Have you got a rope?
It is really hard to hear.
Rope!
I'm gonna. Okay, so. Oh no, my whip. No, my whip probably is not long enough. I have a survival kit. Would a survival kit have a rope in it?
Now, survival kit usually is used for helping you with the survival roll, right?
Oh, okay.
Just attempt of crawling / climbing up the slope again. Like,
Yeah, good
without
idea.
making it too convoluted.
It's not. You can't actually see the vortex. Falling vortex. You can see the few sparkles up there, but you can't quite read. But really
There must
imagine
be
like you've got
another way out.
a nice sort of bottle, and imagine you came in through the neck and you're now sitting up. So you can't quite see how far it
Okay.
is. If you just had a light, if you something to, yeah,
Mortaz,
see.
can you use your ability or your stuff to make this lantern brighter?
Your stuff. Got some alchemical
I'm gonna search
substance.
through my pockets, see if I have anything. Do I? Alchemy?
So what
Boiling
was
mass. You can have a look. You were able to do concoct stuff on the go, right?
Yeah. I have ingredients, which I
Now, those people who have drunk something from the bottle, more than the people. So Durzo can probably see a bit further.
I drank the least.
Oh, sorry, the least. The most was
Shira.
but she's upstairs.
The Mortaz drank the
So
most.
Mortaz can see a
drank the
little bit.
most.
Like it was 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it here, actually. I just didn't look at it.
So whoever I'm closest to, which might be Krios, I kind of go closer to him and kind of tap him on the shoulder. If I
There
can
you
see
are.
him maybe clearly.
Here's my lantern. See what you can do.
I'm gonna search through, see if I have anything. I have one ingredient. I can maybe alchemy.
Look at me, but you you have a little bit of light. If you all stand together, basically, you have a little bit of light to work.
Can I see that light at all?
No.
What was it?
So while they're doing all of this stuff, I'm going to go back to the other room, gently crawling back. Oh my gosh.
Yes, and what do you want to do in the other room?
I'm going to gather up as many clothes that I can see and try to start tying them securely to make a long enough kind of rope, as it were, to lower down.
Now, the robe was lying in the same ropes, 2 bits, were lying in the same room that you're in. But as long as you find out that if you really move on edge, the outermost circle of the spiral, then it seems to be safe.
And I'm being exceedingly careful.
Good. So you have a success. So you create something that will burn brightly for a while. But there is a complication, which I'll tell you about when you start lighting.
I'll start using.
Boom!
Boom! All the oil goes up.
But yeah, you.
Didn't the spell we found mention a hole deep and dark?
Switch them back.
JR failed so badly that he just vanished.
He just blew himself up.
Just switch his camera off. He's still here. He can still hear us.
Oh, okay.
Right. So. No, as I'm saying, I'm a poor connection.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that I didn't have to unplug my microphone today? Because it's a different microphone. Oh, he's
You're
back.
a little bit blurred, though, Frank. Yeah, if I look
It was
at
just
the
a
other
torch.
two, they're really clear.
Yeah, it does say that I had a poor connection, but I look very clear to myself. So, and you look a little bit sometimes. So, yeah. You are putting these things together, Jira. You've got a length, you reckon. Luckily, it was a long rope, like one of those wraparound ropes. But you probably can't get more than about really generous 4 meters.
I'll try to put a weight to the end of it, and my whip is actually fairly long, so I'll attach it to the end of my whip.
Okay.
And
let's say the weight you put at the end is the skull of the skeleton.
Sure. Yeah.
Through the eye socket.
Yeah, I fill it with dirt or something, or rocks.
Oh, the skull is
give
heavy
it
enough.
some weight. I just want it to have some weight. And then I'm going to...
Throw it in.
Shira. She's going to kind of latch onto the whip and throw it down and say, "Hey, watch out!"
After you've thrown it.
After I've thrown it.
Not completely, just like toss one end, right?
Right. So at the bottom, we have our heroes sitting in the darkened, dampened room, huddled around a small light. Mortas is creating an alchemical substance. Durzo is still looking for a way out. Krios is still cowering in fear. You do.
Do we have the obsidian blade with us?
Shira's got it.
Shira's got it.
Okay, in this case, I will like take out a knife of some sort, cut my hand, and Mortas, can you recite the first two?
Can I just ask one quick question, which might give you an idea? Who's
Yeah.
got the silver chest?
Shira probably.
Yes.
I'd say that, yeah, Shira's a relic holder.
He's got a
I
hood.
pretty much hold
I
it.
got the book.
Yeah,
'Cause you
you've
remember
got
the
book,
motes
but I
of
have
light
all-
that were fleeing into it and sleep a bit? Anyway. Okay.
I had the chalice. I think Mortaz had the herbs.
Yeah,
Because I-
okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Right, so you
I
huddle
didn't burn the
together.
herbs.
Don't take the herbs. So you were trying to what?
Yeah, no, because the first sentence reads "in the shadows deep and dark," which is, I think, fitting.
It's very fitting.
Yeah, and basically Grand Passage, and then the first offering is one of blood. So I would try to offer some of my blood to the spirits floating around.
Are you going to scream up to me and tell me that I should be coming down?
Oh yeah, because we need a chance.
So it says, in the shadows deep and life and death entwine. Grant us passage through this gate.
We're alive, they're dead.
Really good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just doesn't do anything.
No, not saying that at all. But you're basically, what are you doing? Reciting this? And cutting your hand?
I
I'm
think
gonna start
we
reciting
will
from the
need
book.
to recite in an Djachroum, so I would ask Mortas to do this, because I only have Ancient Stygian, and that's not going to work. Maybe
Probably
not.
not.
It does need from realms beyond a mortal coil, and we coiled down.
Yeah, I mean it fits, no?
No?
If it
Yeah.
fits.
That's a typical German thing.
it
No?
does.
Good. So, or Austrian. So, okay. Mortas, are you ready to do it?
Yes, what difficulty?
What difficult? I'm gonna make it. I think that's a fair one, because you have read the text,
Yeah.
but you are in very dire circumstance. It's dark. It's scary.
Now we need this to go through. Do we spend a doom? What's the question? 4 dice?
It's probably worth the risk, isn't it?
Might even be worse.
I already lost my fortune.
It's worth a fortune. Ooh, that's pretty good though.
I-
Oh, look at that! Now he's come through.
Excellent.
And no complication
Mortas,
this
it's
time.
back.
So, as you recite this first bit of it,
Insane.
you can actually, everybody can sense the magic energy that comes with it. But now you have to pay.
Is that
Who's
in
going?
blood? There's a.
Yeah, as I said, I'll cut myself and make the blood offering.
Probably all of us. I'll do some as well.
But don't we need the blade, the obsidian blade?
Yeah, but I mean, maybe
Yeah, we don't have-
Make
Where's-
do. Now, with the number of successes you've got, I'm willing to overlook that small problem. But you each have to donate.
Where's the skull?
Yeah, just 1 minute. You basically stand there, and as they're singing, you all have to donate some blood. Rip it.
the skull comes floating
And
down.
just in the moment, as you're doing this, and you can feel this magic pulsing, there's a skull that drops straight between you and hangs there in the air between you, grinning at the end of a saffron yellow piece of cloth, and just
Oh boy.
circles in front of you and gives you right fright.
What the?
It worked!
But with that moment, in that moment, as the skull comes through, this whole thing dissolves. This black mass, roiling mass around you dissolves, and you basically see that it's at the bottom of a few meters down hole. You're now just at the bottom of a well, essentially. Walled. All of this ghostly, ghastly stuff around dissipate.
Oh, thank God.
Other than the
So-
skull.
so
The
I
skull
can-
is still in front
So
of
I
you.
can see them.
You can now see them.
And is there a different way out? Or is it a closed-up room with just an opening on top?
It's basically like not an oubliette, but basically like a well straight down. So you will still have to climb out, probably with the help of the cloth and the whip. But you can do that. If you're not under time pressure, you can absolutely do that.
I'm assuming there's nothing down here from other people that have fallen to their death.
No. The floor was previously
Well, that's where the first
intact,
to drop.
and now the floor is wholly. And actually, you've got some floor tiles and stuff down, but that's it. So you don't think this is a trap that recloses the seals?
Okay. Oh. Are you okay up there, Shira? Can you hold the weight?
One by one, please.
Going to you managed to get back, but you're a bit shaken still, Creed. You don't like ghosts. We have found that out about you.
No. I want to get out of here. I need
Can't
to
really
use
shoot
my
ghosts, can you?
experience to improve my.
Yeah, I
Prius,
stopped the
have
scene
some
so you
water.
reset.
Have some water.
Yeah,
I
Chris
tried
is
to
the only one that
convince
hasn't
him.
I need
drinking water.
daylight, not water.
Daylight and fresh. I think at this scene, if you follow the other path up, you do it, yeah? You emerge back on the surface. Yeah. And at that scene, I think...
Excellent.
Bravo. Yeah.
Bravo. Yeah. Lots of brilliant ideas out there.
Lots of rolls of 20.
Yeah, if you scroll back and count them.
It would have been the night for D&D.
Yeah, not for Simple Room.
Yeah, I'm just using weighted dice online. So.
I'm sure there's a module for that.
I think Frank just decided to change the algorithm to make it more difficult for us. He figured out a way.
No, I haven't actually. As I said, there's probably a way. There's probably a module you can do, but what do they call them?
Baldur's Gate? Fudge that allows you to fudge the rolls. Yeah.
Right. Baldur's Gate 3, they call it comic dice. But it's actually meant to balance them better than completely random dice. But so far, we
know Mortaz didn't put that module up.
Well, in D&D, 20s would be good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's there for GMs.
It's hard. You train your entire life to roll 20s, and then suddenly you have a game where you have to do the opposite.
That's the way it goes. All right. So with that, you emerging back to the top of the city, we'll bring this session to a close. And I think I'm going to end the stream. Extremely interesting. But we can do that amongst us. So, quick bye-bye to ourselves when we watch the stream again. Or anybody else who likes the stream. Hopefully the audio is better than the last time, because the audio wasn't great on the last one either. But yeah. For now, farewell and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.